Hello everyone, welcome back to Kodular Free AI. This is Hifza, and in this tutorial we're going to talk about some more Kivy components that you're going to use for your UI, for your mail layout. In the previous tutorial we talked about toggle buttons and text inputs as well as buttons. In this tutorial we're going to talk about some more components that you will definitely going to need for creating your layouts. So first of all, we are talking about drop downs that are spinners in Kivy. So for using drop downs on your Kivy application, you need to import it from kivy.uix.spinner. So let's import it. Instead of text input, we need to write spinner, and here as well we need to return spinner instead of text inputs. As you all know, the spinner gonna take two values as a drop down, so for this we need to remove this text, and we are going to use values that are going to be Alright. Now let's talk about another important thing that you are going to use in your Kivy application, that are images. Images are the very important part of any layout. So for this, again, we need to import it from uix dot image. Let's import image, and here instead of spinner and its values, we need to give the image path. So for this we need to add source that is going to be equal to the path, but in my case I already have images in my no, I don't have any images here, so let's give the path of the image. Let me just take it from the internet. So I have opened the folder that I have image in. So I have a file and the image in the same folder. So I have opened this folder, and I am going to add this image, that this one.png in as here as a source. So I have already added that as a source, that is one.png, and also we need to change the size, that is the size of the button that we are using um, in previous component so far. So we need to change that for the image to appear big. So for this we need to add 500 by 500, that is probably the best dimension. So let's save it and run it to see the output. And here you see that we have now our image on the screen. So this is how you can add images in your Kivy applications. Okay, now let's talk about another component of Kivy that we need in our layouts, that are sliders. Very important. And sliders take values, sliders takes minimum values and maximum values, and for it to work. So for this, again, we need to add slider that I think probably most of you have already remembered what to do by now. So let's add slider, and here import slider, and instead of image let's add slider, and here instead of source we need to have minimum values that are 0, and maximum values, of course, that's going to be 100, and value that is going to be let's see 50. Okay, let's save it and run it. So now we have the slider with the maximum and minimum values. So let's play around with it, and let's set the values to 30 and see the output. You see that the value is now at the 30%, and this is the 0%, this is 30%, this is 50%, and 100%. Okay, now let's talk about another component, that is switch. So for using switch, we need to import switch from Kivy UIX, and instead of slider, let's add switch, and set its activeness to true. True. Let's save it and run it. See, we now have a switch on our screen. So this is how you can add switch in your Kivy applications. Now let's talk about Progressbar. How to use Progressbar in your Kivy application is very simple. That we need to import it from Kivy UIX. Progressbar. We need to import Progressbar, and instead of switch, add switch. Oh, sorry, it's Progressbar. And let's add its property that is going to take value, that is going to be, let's say 50. Let's save it and run it. What? Progressbar, sorry, my mistake. Okay, now we have a Progressbar with the value of 50. So this is showing that the Progressbar is at 50%. So this is how you can add Progressbar in your Kivy applications. So this is it for today's tutorial. I hope you have learned something from it, and if you have learned something, then please give it a thumbs up and like and subscribe and share this video. And also we are going to talk about some layouts in the next tutorial. So we have talked about some components of Kivy that you can use in your application. Hopefully you have enjoyed this tutorial, and I will see you in the next one. Till then, happy coding and peace.